Welcome back to Talkin' Texas Forever, a Friday Night Lights podcast. I'm Michelle.
And I'm Liz.
And we're discussing Season 2, Episode 13, Humble Pie. Original air date January 25th, 2008. Written by Carter Harris and directed by Jeffrey Reiner. Smash's confrontation at the movie theater has turned from bad into worse as charges are being pressed against him. Brian must now decide whether he must swallow his pride and apologize or stand up for what he believes is right. Elsewhere, Jason finds a new career at Garrity Motors, and Tammy is hired by Coach Taylor as the girls' volleyball coach and turns to Tyra for help. Meanwhile, not only does Tim face tough times as he tries to express what he is feeling to Lila, but he has to give the money back to his ex-roommate that he stole.
Can't wait to talk about that. First of all.
Well, I love that you queued it up and you're like, oh, I see Guy, so I guess we're talking about this.
Right. Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah, I mean, I know. I mean, I told you he wasn't going away. We did have to wrap this up.
No, it would have been really stupid if, for me and my anxiety would have loved if we just completely got rid of that whole thing.
Yeah.
But I knew we had to sum it up. So I'm hopeful that he's on the island. Damn it! Damn it! Damn you!
For those who don't watch us, which you can on YouTube, I was just shaking my head no. So, yeah, Liz caught that. Okay, just to remind everyone and you, the 4 words I gave you to describe this episode: charges, gun, jealous, and volleyball. So let's start with charges. We'll talk about Jason. Jason needs work done to his car, and the charges are super high.
Super.
Yeah, like old Bessie needs $4,000 to $5,000 worth of work done, and it turns out that this car was Herc's car, but Herc sold him this car as is and never put any work into it.
Typical.
Yeah, so Jason's super pissed about this, and he causes a ruckus at Garrity Motors, and Buddy's like, hey, listen, don't worry about it. Maybe you just don't drive for a while. And he's like, I can't do that. So then Buddy gives him a job, because that's what Buddy does.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen him do this a bunch of times for our troubled kids and plus, like, parents, too. So I thought it was sweet that Buddy didn't just, like, I expected Buddy, honestly, to just be like, here's the money.
Oh, yeah.
But he said, you know what? How about you work for me? I'll give you a job. Because he did feel bad. He said, this kid obviously doesn't want to move back in with his parents. He doesn't have really any other way of getting income besides the money he just has, I guess, from the settlement, right?
Right. Yep.
So I'm like, this kid needs a job regardless. Like, you moved out of your parents' house. Your settlement's only going to take you so far. And Herc's like, I need you to pay half. And then in the chat, I'm like, well, so what does Herc do? Can't Herc get him a job?
Yeah, I don't know what Herc does. I was Googling that when we were watching and nothing was coming up. So I'll have to do a deeper dive into that if we ever find out. But obviously he works.
He has to.
Yeah. I mean, we know he plays quad rugby, but he didn't get on the team. So I don't know. But anyway, so Jason, he starts his first day at Garrity Motors, which the team isn't happy because they look at him as like, oh, great, we can't sell anything. And now we have this kid in a wheelchair. We're really not going to sell anything. And so it looks like Jason is doing really well. He's about to sell a car really fast. And a woman, I didn't catch her name. Did you catch her name? One of the workers there?
Annabelle?
Is that her name, Annabelle?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
She a bitch.
Good on you.
She a bitch.
Well, she comes out and she's like, I'm sorry, what are you doing? There's a point system here. You have to pretty much wait your turn in line. Whoever earns the most gets to sell first and so forth. And so he's like, I'm so sorry. I had no idea. Only to find out there isn't actually a point system. And Buddy tells him about that.
I liked Buddy's reaction. And I'm actually really proud that there isn't a point system and Buddy isn't kind of crooked in that way.
No.
You know, when you first meet him, you think he's typical salesman, whatever is going to get the sale. But now I have a different view on him. As Mike said in the chat, Alyssa's liking Buddy. This is the season Alyssa likes Buddy.
Yeah.
I guess so. I'm warming up. Certainly warming up.
Yeah, don't worry. There'll be plenty of moments, buddy moments to come in the future where probably will take back some words. But for now, Buddy's doing well and he's looking out for, Jason and Santiago, and he gave Angela a job that time too. I wonder if he would give Billy a job.
Yeah, what is Billy doing?
Yeah, we'll get to them. And I don't mean to even change subjects on that. And I don't actually remember if Billy ends up working for Buddy. So maybe that does happen.
It does. That would make sense to me, like that he would work there. I don't know how great he would be as a car salesman, but Buddy's throwing everyone the bone for the job. So why not Billy?
Exactly. So Jason, he's really discouraged. So Buddy gives him a pep talk and he says, don't feel down in the dumps. You were trying to sell a car to Gerald, who Gerald comes in all the time, twice a week. He looks, but he never buys. So at the end of his shift, he ends up working with Gerald and he gives Gerald this big speech about how come you never commit? Why do you think you're not good enough to own this car? Like, do yourself a favor, be a man, buy the car. And Gerald ends up buying the car. What'd you think of this whole thing?
I thought at the end Gerald was still going to be like, I really need to think about it. And I thought it was going to be like a comedic moment, like kind of like wah, wah. And Jason gives this big speech. It was good. It was good for Jason's ego, for sure. That's not an easy job. I certainly am not good at selling things. Wouldn't be able to tell you, that it's right for you to purchase this vehicle.
I know.
First of all, he learned like things about cars really, really quick, unless he like truly does know things about cars. But for me, who's someone who doesn't know anything about cars, would be mortified in that position. But he did his best, and Gerald was like, "Yeah, okay, I believe in you." And I thought we were almost going to go the route of everyone feels sorry for Jason, so they're going to buy a car from Jason. But I'm glad we didn't do that, at least not yet. I don't know if that's like coming down the line, if Jason even keeps this job, but I'm glad that it wasn't like, oh, give this kid a break, get him, he wants to sell this car, so we'll buy it off of him and we'll see, I guess.
Yeah, so that actually goes along with Will's question. Do you think he's going to stick with this job as a car salesman long term?
No. I don't, he's not passionate about it. He's just doing to pay the bills. And like, I mean, isn't that most of like America, right? Like you're doing a job to pay the bills. And I think it was a rude awakening for him because he's out now in the world with a job that he probably never thought he would do and probably doesn't love and wasn't really confident going into it. And still at the end of the day, Herc's like, how'd it go? He's like, I made a sale, but whatever. He's like, clearly has no passion about it. So I don't foresee him sticking around.
Yeah.
But he is good at selling because he's good at motivating. And like I said, since day one, like he's a great coach. I wish he would go back to coaching some capacity. Obviously not for the Panthers. But then again, why not? Then he did tell coach, like, I don't want to do this anymore. But that was like, I have to find myself. But maybe he'll find himself again. I don't know. I hope for his sake and his mental state and he doesn't stick around at Garrity Motors.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like his cup of tea.
Right. He's not going to take it over. Little spoiler. He doesn't take over Garrity Motors.
No.
But like you said, Herc is happy that he made a sale. And even though Jason may not seem excited, he gets like, okay, I did have a good day. I did have a good week. And him and Herc go out and celebrate. So
yeah, cute.
Super cute. Other charges going on. So the cops show up to Smash's house and they arrest him on assault charges. Obviously, Corinna, she didn't know this was happening. This was super upsetting to see. And Coach joins her and Smash as they discuss the options. So there could be a deal. And if the deal is made, that means Smash would plead guilty to a misdemeanor and then he can get off. He just has to make a public statement. So Smash is reluctant to do this, but he ultimately does end up doing this. Yeah, super tough, right? And yeah, so he's dealing with all of this. Things seem quiet, but Noelle ends up stopping by to Smash's to just see how everything's going. And while she's there, Noni gets a phone call. And it seems like we're getting a lot of these prank calls and the guys are just saying awful things to her over the phone, which she has been keeping from Smash. And because Smash was there to hear it, she ends up telling him, and he's like, next time they call, you tell me. So this is like adding fuel to his fire, which I don't blame him for this. It's awful.
It's awful. And it really royally sucks.
This
whole thing sucks so bad.
Yeah. Yeah. So later on, after this happens, Smash is out with the guys. It seems like they're at Applebee's. And on TV, they see Adam Hughes, so this is the kid who pressed charges, make a statement that everyone's like going on Smash's side and what he did was wrong and kind of riling him up. And there's a reporter there. Just wanting,
runs in.
Right? What was so random? Runs to Smash and says, what, is he telling the truth? And Smash ultimately says that he didn't deserve an apology.
And he regrets apologizing.
So, of course, this is awful. And what ends up happening is Smash gets home, Coach is there with Corinna, and tells him that he's suspended for 3 games. But the 3 games are the rest of the games of the season. How are they going to get to the playoffs? How are they going to get to state?
I love how it's 3 games left of the season and that we're going to the playoffs. I literally feel like we just started the school year.
We did.
We did. But we're on episode 13. So, and I know we're reaching, obviously, the end of the season. But I was like, wow, that was a quick football season.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think it would have been better and they wouldn't have, not disqualified him, but, kicked him off for the last 3 if he was like, I don't regret saying sorry, but like, listen to the shit this kid is saying. He's like saying stuff in front, like what he was saying wasn't genuine on camera, and I think other people could obviously see that. And then Smash is like, yeah, well, and this is what he said to me and about my sister and about whatever else. And while it sucks, I do apologize for my actions. Like, do you think that they still would they let that go? Like, my mom taught me better than that, and I'll apologize, but I'm not happy about it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's such like a way to phrase it if he was open to saying that. But like, and if you hear his words, right, him saying like he was saying awful racial, sexual things to me and my sister, like, you stand up for your sibling, right? And so that part, it's like, yes, we can get on board. But the fact that he went against his statement,
right,
is what they're holding. And also it's a racial thing too. I mean, look at this. It's awful.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really upsetting. Okay, let's move on to Timo Rigo. Tim runs into Guy and his friends, and Guy assaults him, wants to know where his money is, and tells him, you have the end of the week to get me the money. So with a beat up face, Tim decides it's a good time to show up to the promised land during service and walk in and find Lila and try to get her to talk to him as there's singing going on. Like, this was awful, right, Liz? This was like why the timing?
Why the timing? Also, then why did you need to tell her you need to come over and then you're setting the mood? I was like, oh, I thought he was going to be like, I'm in a bad way. I owe this jerk some money. I don't really know what to do. You're my only person I feel like could understand and give me good advice. But no, he full out is like, I love you.
Yep.
Perfect timing for this. Like, what?
Right. This is what, and he's like telling her about the meth dealing and the money being owed in the aisle of the church.
Right. It's just so bizarre. First of all, that church is huge.
Huge.
It's huge. I don't think I've ever been to a church that big before. Like, it's like you need the microphone for them to hear. Like, it's a big place.
Yeah.
So like lots of people in there. Tim's like, I gotta go in there and find Lila out of all these people and like ruin her praying church session, like her joyous, this is like her favorite place, right?
Yeah.
And is like, I need to talk to you, and also all this is happening and you need to come over. And she's like, no. And then he only leaves because she tells him she will come over.
Right.
And she feels guilty about that.
Yeah, and she ends up lying to Chris, saying, "Oh, I have to babysit Buddy Jr. That's why I can't hang out." But she does end up going to Tim's, like you said, and there's candles set, and he made a chicken, and that was his big thing. He made a chicken, and then he's like, "Oh shit, I shouldn't have made chicken."
I loved it. It was I like laughed out loud, like it went
because
on my face.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, and he's like, "I love you, Lila. Like I love you, and please tell me you don't feel what I feel." And she's like, "Leave me alone. Like stop."
He says that classic, look me in the eyes, and if you tell me that you don't feel anything for me, even though I know you do, I'll leave you alone. I love that. Like every time you see it on a teen drama, whatever it is, I'm like, oh God.
Yep.
She wants to say something, but she won't because it's not the time. And she likes Chris. And as I said in the chat, like she's definitely not going to cheat on Chris. Again, she's definitely learned her lesson there. And she's taking things slow with him. So I was like, she immediately was like, no, like running out of the house because she sees what he has set up. Like the candles are there, the chicken. And he's like, oh, I shouldn't have done the candles. The candles were like too much. It was comical, but she was not having it. Like she was like immediately, no, gotta get out, gotta ignore this happening. And he wouldn't let her. He made her, stopped her and says, I love you. And she's like, I do not feel that way.
Yeah.
Do you believe her? I
do.
know you know things, but
I do believe her because I truly feel she feels that way right now.
That's true.
And I truly feel that she's like, no, like I care for you, obviously, but stop fucking with my life. Like I met someone who fits in my world, and this is what works for me right now. And I love her and Chris. I was going to say her and Lila. Her and Chris go on a really cute mini golf date, and she comes clean about everything.
Yeah.
Her lying about where she was, who Tim Riggins is, how they have a past, how the fact that she cheated on Jason with Tim. Mm-hmm. So I give a lot of respect for that.
So do I. And I really enjoyed Chris being like, okay, are you done with him? Because like I want my shot here. And she says that she is. And he's like, cool, we're good.
So cute.
So mature. For high schoolers. Who knows if he's going to harp on that later in the season. Well, in the next 2 episodes. Right. But I respected both of them. I respected them both for speaking their truth. And, she has a past. And I think he knows that she has a past. And he appreciates that she's just trying, to better herself.
Yeah. Yeah. And Lila, she ends up going to Tim's later on. And she says, here's the money that you owe the guys. And Tim's like, is that why you came here? The only reason? And she's like, take the money. And I'm also not coming back here. So yeah, take the help, which I was like, again, where'd you get that money? But also
where
props to you.
Where did she get the money? Her dad?
Buddy, maybe? I think she just has it. I don't know.
I mean, they're a fairly wealthy family in the area. So
yeah. So Tim and Billy, they go to Guys to give him the money. He answers the door with a gun, invites him in. He's slowly counting. Like, we're making a whole scene out of it. And as he counts to 3,000, we're all good. They go to leave. And Billy opens his mouth and says, don't you dare touch him again. I'm telling you right now. And just has to get like the last word in, which like my heart felt for Billy in this because that big brother protective part came out, but also like, Billy, shut the fuck up.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Billy has a lot of learning to do.
I know.
Lots of soul searching. Because Billy was trying to be the moral compass back when they did take the money and said like, no, put it back. And Tim's like, but this could pay off the mortgage. And he's like, okay, yeah, take it. He's a very easily persuaded. And so here, it's equally his fault too. He let Tim take this money. And so he's like, just leave us alone. Leave my brother alone. Just promise that you will. And Guy wasn't giving him that answer. So he was pissed.
Yeah. I mean, it's poking the bear. And so
really, very much so.
Yeah. Billy and Tim, they run out. They get in their truck. And of course, Guy's running after him with the gun. The truck won't start. It finally starts, takes off. So hopefully for a little while, we're good. But Guy is not on the island.
Well, if it's going to be in the finale, then it's not going to be next week.
Vic wants to know, would you have done what Billy did or would you have just walked away?
I would have never stolen the money, but that's me. Again, let me put myself in Billy's shoes.
Right.
I don't think I would have like really poked the bear. I've been like, all right, we're cool.
Yeah.
I'm going. You know, we're cool.
Yeah.
Just say we're cool. I need to hear it verbally, and then I would have left because this guy has a fucking gun. It literally was like a scene from Breaking Bad.
I know. Honestly, it truly felt that way. If we would have got Landry in there, we had
Absolutely. Yeah, it's so true.
Yeah. All right. So, coach is super stressed because we know he's the athletic director and the volleyball coach took off. And so he needs a replacement for 3 to 4 weeks and he nominates Tammy. And yeah.
So she's got just nothing to do.
Nothing but time.
Has her own job, could barely get her kid into daycare. Like,
right? I know. And he goes, it'll be good for you. You wanted the exercise and now you get the exercise. I was like,
I don't know.
All right.
Did she say she wanted the exercise? I didn't hear it.
Yeah. And the volleyball team, they're not great because they're currently 0-7.
Right, because, again, we don't focus on any sport in this town besides football. So there's no practicing, no focus on any other team.
Right. Yeah.
And, of course, it's Tyra. I can't believe I didn't predict that last week. I was like, volleyball, thinking of everyone. Like, well, duh. Like, Tyra fits in so well in that genre. Yeah.
She really does. Yeah. So Tammy starts coaching and she's having a hard time because no one's listening. No one's talking to each other. What's really funny about all of this is that Tim is the ball boy.
I love it.
So he's attending all of the practices. He's trying at first to like give some tips. And Tammy's like, just stop, just get the balls and shut up.
I love it. And she's like, Tim, if you hit me with that ball, I loved it's just so comical when you see him helping out in the gym. I love it so much.
Yeah. So when she's over for dinner one night and which we'll get into her jealousy for Jean, which is Landry's new friend, but she's talking to Julie about Jean and Tammy notices how tall she is. And so light bulb moment, she's like, will you do me a favor and will you join the team? And she's like, you just see me as a spiker. And she's like, yes, I do see a spiker.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah, like this is good for you and this is good for me. College applications, you'll have fun. Right. I mean,
it's still genuine. It's true. It was genuine.
It was. Yeah. So she joins the team and during practice, she takes a little while to get warmed up and truly like get used to the game. And Tammy tells her to think of the ball as like, we got to put energy behind it. And so think of something that like you hate or you can't stand. And so she pictures Tim.
Yeah, she's like, oh, I got it. Staring right at him. I got it.
And I love it. So we just have this scene of her spiking the ball at Tim and it hits Tim on the back and he's catching it. It's so good.
Funny.
It is. We get to game day and they do win. And she's just spiking that ball, thinking of Tim, slam it down his throat. I think that's what Tammy said, which I loved. Mm-hmm. Yeah, K-Girl C on Instagram said she loved all the Tyra and Tammy stuff, especially spiking the ball at Riggins. So we definitely agree to that.
Yes.
One thing I do want to touch upon, and we talked about this in the chat, Julie. You mentioned how she looked during the game, and you thought she was being a brat.
A hair of a brat, but then I was like, is it just her? Like, I don't know. Like, it didn't. Like at first I was like, oh, is Amy just clapping slowly because they're on cue to clap? You know, like when you're like dancing and there's no music there, like maybe she's like soft clapping and so she did it slow and like, but it was the way, and she said something to coach like, well, like that's the only game they're ever going to win, something to that effect. And I was like, you're such a brat.
Well, I think it's jealousy
of Tyra and Tammy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that too. I thought, okay, are we gonna make a deal about this, a big deal about it, that Tyra and Tammy are now getting close because of that. Tammy has a very soft spot in her heart for Tyra. She always has, and she wants her to succeed. And it's just a plus that she is a good friend to Julie, and Julie and her do have a great bond. And she clearly is over, hopefully more than we see there.
Yeah.
So I think it's great that she's focusing her time on that. However, we know Julie is a little touchy now when it comes to the attention because she's got Gracie Belle to deal with. You know, I get it. It just was like funny. Like, we were joking. I was like, I didn't really mean it, but I was like, she's such a brat. Like, she's just our typical Julie. She's such a brat.
Yeah, I know. I think it's just like upset. Like, oh, mom is now going to obsess over Tyra and she's going to be focusing on volleyball. Another thing that I will get attention
right.
from.
And like dad always focuses on football. We know that's the thing. And now mom is like so gung-ho about the volleyball now because Tyra is her star pupil. So she's like, oh, great. Here we go. I'm like really like she totally did not want to be there.
No. We don't blame her. We get it. Last but not least, let's wrap up Tyra. So she approaches Landry about a bio question while he's studying with his partner, Jean. She's a freshman and she's in his physics class. And so after Jean answers Tyra's question that she asked Landry, Tyra gets pretty judgy and her jealousy is starting to show. Very much so. Yeah. And so we see her question, like we said, Julie about Jane. I love that she called her Jane. And Julie's like, no, there's actually a girl named Jean. And she's like into cult movies and she's super smart.
Tyra's like, shit. It's like all the things that Landry likes.
Yeah.
And I was like, get it, Landry. Get it.
Right?
Let Tyra be jealous.
I love this.
Me
and
too.
So we see Landry. He's out at Applebee's. I thought it was a date at first, but it was just like a casual hang.
It was just like, we probably finished our project. You want to go grab dinner? It was cute. And she wanted the sizzling apple pie and chips. I was like, girl, bitch, get it.
She knows. She knows what's up. Tyra is the waitress and she slams down the water, which again, way to be petty. And then we see Landry hanging out with the guys, which I loved this, even though like they weren't really talking. I just love the fact that he was sitting with Matt and Riggins.
Yeah, and Santiago.
Yep. And Smash was there too.
But it was just like, we're relaxing. We're having a night out at Applebee's and I'm with the guys. It was really, I loved, we love friendship. We love to see them all together. And it was just like, I don't know, it's funny. Like everyone had kind of like their own little line, like, oh, Smash, you're on the TV. Like just, it was cute. I liked it a lot.
It was cute, but Jean comes in and she tells Landry, like, we got an A. We made an A.
We made an A. Is that a thing? I've never said that. We've always said we got an A.
Yeah.
Or I got an A on that paper. That's it. We've never said I made an A.
Yeah, I've never used that particular term.
No.
But made an A, and it's super cute because they spoke about metal bands. And so she made him a mixed CD of power metal and gives it to him. And it's really cute because clearly there's a little crush here.
Yeah.
I think she's adorable. Like I said in the chat, she reminds me of Anna from the OC.
Yeah. Just like a good dude. Like good-hearted, sweet.
Yeah.
Very, very intelligent. Obviously finds Landry to be the same, so why wouldn't she be attracted to him in that way?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's cute. Give me a mixed CD. I love that. That's adorable.
Did you catch what Matt said? That, oh, look at this. It's God's little gift to Landry.
Oh no.
It's really cute. Really cute.
They're always busting his balls.
I know. But that's it for our recap. We're going to take a little break. And when we come back, we have patron Mike joining us. Yay! We hope you're enjoying this week's episode of Talkin' Texas Forever and appreciate you for listening every single week. All of our shows are funded by our buddies who pledge to our network, and it means the absolute world to us. You hear us talk about it every week, but just in case you were wondering a little bit more, we have tiers starting at $1 and offer some pretty cool perks like guest hosting on the podcast, listening to episodes a day early, and access to the best group chat ever via Discord. These are just to name a few. To learn more about our network and everything we offer, check out patreon.com/Total Betty Podcast Network. All right, welcome back from break. We're joined by Mike, our patron, our Betty. Mike, welcome to Talkin' Texas Forever.
Thank you. It's my first time on here. I'm excited.
I know. Yeah. I'm super pumped for this. I want to know your thoughts on Friday Night Lights. You've seen the show before because we have talked about it.
Yes, I've seen it once. I watched 1.5 times. Season 2, I couldn't get through season 2 the second time around.
I get it.
So yeah, I first watched it around exam time and I crammed it because it was leaving Netflix. So Netflix left me the note in December being like, oh, you're enjoying Friday Night Lights. Well, you have until December 31st to finish it because it's leaving Netflix. So I binged it all instead of studying for exams, but I still did pretty well. But so I did watch the whole series once, but I do not remember anything. It's when I watch it, things come back to me, like Jason working at Buddy, at the car dealership. That I remembered that as I watched it, and I didn't forget about the murder. That was obviously from I knew about that crazy plot line and everything about, and how Julie becomes a brat in season 2. Other than that, not much I remember. So it's I'm a semi newbie.
Yeah, it makes it fun. I feel the same way. I mean, we've talked on the side of I can't believe this is happening now. The murder I really thought was later, so much later. I also thought Janet Kramer came later, along with Austin Nichols.
I'm glad we're getting this stuff out of the way, though. Kinda. I know we're only on season 2, but is there other? I'm sure there are other things. Is there another big thing that you guys are the fandom's oh my god, yeah, no,
they don't know.
Yeah.
I've teased to you. There's a shift coming. There's a big shift that's going to occur, and we meet a lot of
time jump.
No. Okay. It's not a time jump. No.
Okay,
no.
Interesting. I look forward as
there's
usual.
There's just people we have to meet that are coming.
How to get to them.
Yeah.
Season 3 it really does pick back up in season 3. I remember enjoying the later half of the it's just season 2 is just a struggle to get through. So it's good that it's the shortest season.
One of the shortest.
One of the shortest, yeah.
All right. So Vic sent over some rapid fire questions for you. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Tyra or Lila?
Tyra.
Tim or Jason?
Jason.
Julie or Jenny from Gossip Girl?
I don't know why that made me laugh.
I'm gonna go with Julie only because Jenny went up against Serena in that plot with. I know you guys loved season 4, but with whatever, I forget the guest star, but that whole which one I'm talking about, the sister of Ben's sister,
Juliet,
yeah, and then how Jenny teamed up with that and the whole mask thing. No, that you don't go against my Serena. I'm sorry, so it's got to be Julie.
Okay. And then who would be your girlfriend on the show?
One Julie.
Season 1.
Julie, yeah, that is it.
Okay.
Season 1 Julie, because it was Sam's husband it was Bobby that said Julie was his least favorite, right? Yeah.
And at that time, I was like, how? And I'm starting to get it a little bit.
Yeah.
He has some choice words about her.
Yeah. You got to have them back on, maybe closer to the end. It'd be nice to have them.
I know Bobby's always saying he wants to come. I'm like, tell me when you want
I
to.
know. I'm like, talk to the boss about it. She'll let you on whenever. And he's like, I want to be on. I'm like, just tell her. Like, what's happening?
I text him almost every other week and be like, hey, you want to send in questions? Oh, I'm watching which episode? I'm on season 2. I'm like, hello. Anyway, who do you want? Yeah.
I should say you should have like an open invitation like Shanna did for Gossip Girl, because those were always the best episodes when she, I mean, all the episodes are good, but like, you know, it's always super special.
It's special. Yeah.
Special. I know. We love Shanna. Yeah. Who do you want as your best friend from Friday Night Lights?
Matt Saracen.
The Taylors or the Cohens?
The Cohens.
Who would you pair up as either as friends or a couple? So who would you like to see?
I think it'd be fun to see Tyra and Matt.
Ooh, spicy.
And I don't even know if that happens. So like, I'm not even like spoiling you because I don't even know. And I think Landry and Lila too could be
yeah, we don't really ever see them together.
Yeah. If you could host a radio show or answer questions on the radio, what would you do?
So fun fact, back high school, I had like, I guess a radio. It was like, I guess it was almost like a podcast, but I went live and I would talk and play music. And I put in my MSN like name like on air, and I'd put the link, but only because it's like early 2000s internet, only like 5 people could listen at once. Like that'd be too much for the bandwidth to so I would definitely be on a radio, just talk about random stuff. I like.
Did you have a name for your show?
I did. So it was Radio Free London because I spoofed off Radio Free Roscoe. It was all, and I lived in London, Ontario. So it was Radio Free London. I just talked about stuff. I had people call in. I played their like thing on, like I held the microphone up to the phone. You know, when people used to call on a landline, landline phones, and I would plug in the microphone and have people like listen up, or people send in recordings, like voice recordings. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I love it. I used to love actually MSN chat. I thought they had the best emojis. Mm-hmm. Just saying. Now I'm really aging myself. I'm sure everyone's like, what the fuck is MSN chat? It's a good time. Actually, sidebar, but we used to talk to Stevie, who was in the wheelchair on Malcolm in the Middle, on MSN chat.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, the fact that you could get people like that to email and chat and stuff. We would.
Yeah, that would never
deep stalking.
Now.
All right. Anyway, moving on. What sport would you have wanted to play in high school?
Honestly, it's funny because I think about it and I wish I kind of would have applied myself more, and I would have liked to have been on the track team.
Oh,
nice.
I like that. Liz, what about you? I mean, you were on Kickline.
No, I'm good with dance.
Okay.
Like Julie's, you don't be on Julie's dance team?
Like Julie. I was not on like the school dance team. That was way different than my dance team. Julie. But Kickline, I mean, I guess you can, it's essentially we were the Rockettes. So I guess it was a sport.
Yeah.
There was practices and we had to, be in somewhat physical shape to do it.
Yeah, give yourself some credit.
Yeah.
Definitely was a sport.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't do any sports, but looking back, and if this existed, I would have liked to have been on the swim team.
Oh.
I like to swim and I like diving too.
Yeah. That's not water sports, not
diving.
usually my thing.
No.
Yeah. I like to just relax in the pool.
You didn't want to be on the volleyball team, Michelle?
Okay, when you were saying that in the chat, I'm like,
he's
totally
being facetious.
No, legit serious.
Totally.
Legit serious. I could totally see you being like a spike. Yeah, I could totally see you being like up in the net, spiking the ball. I don't know, Michelle. You just come up with the knee pads on and just ready. Yeah.
That is like Shelbyville version of Michelle.
Yes.
It's like, I am awful at volleyball.
No, she
this
needs
is
low.
like,
She's the bocce bitch. She takes it
I'm
low.
the bocce bitch. I do lawn sports.
But then
bocce, badminton.
I feel like the ball would like hit your glasses because you would still probably wear them. You'd be like, oh, my glasses, I can't see. But I still feel like you would be playing volleyball.
Yeah, and my wrist always would go back. Like when we would play as a group of friends of us, I was like, I'm not playing. Like absolutely not. PTSD from high school.
Yeah, she never plays volleyball with us. I love
Same
volleyball.
thing with kickball. Like,
I love
don't do
kickball
kickball.
too. We used to always play kickball.
See, we don't call it kickball. We call it soccer baseball.
Soccer baseball. I mean,
So-
I guess it's essentially the same thing because it's still the bases
Yeah.
and
So
it's
in
kicking. So
on like Recess, when I was watching Recess growing up, I'm like, they call it kickball, but like we only called it soccer baseball. That's
funny.
what we called it. Yeah.
Soccer
It's
baseball.
so complicated.
It's so much more complicated. You're literally kicking the ball. That's why we kick. That's us Americans. How dumb we are. We literally call it kickball.
Yeah. And then last but not least, give our boy Jason a girlfriend. It could be from any of our shows.
Blair.
Blair?
Yeah. Because I'm not a Chair fan, so let's break up Chair.
Okay.
Let's break that up.
Okay. Liz?
I was thinking like, you know what? I think I would like, I don't know. I was thinking OC for some reason. I was like, my gut reaction was to say Marissa.
Yeah.
Because I feel like they would mesh well and they're both like sweet people and they would like bring out good things about each other. Then I was like, maybe Summer, but I'm like, no, Summer needs definitely someone to contrast her, and he's maybe not as contrasting that she would need. Who else? Like now I'm thinking back.
What about Haley?
Haley. I was thinking maybe Haley.
Yeah. I think Haley would be sweet.
Yeah.
Haley. I'm going to go with Haley.
Good choice.
I know. I'm like looking. I'm like, Gossip Girl. I know we have another show.
Me
Like,
too. I was like, what's that other show?
What about Riverdale? We totally forgot about the other Total Betty show.
Exactly.
Oh, I always forget about Riverdale until you bring it up. Like that's how much I think about
Same.
Riverdale. Yeah. Do you have any questions about this episode for us, Mike, or any questions in general?
I do. So, so we were talking about, Liz had brought up dance. So I actually had a question regarding that. So how Coach wanted Tammy to coach volleyball, and he's like, oh, well, you played volleyball. So Liz, did you ever think about wanting to like coach or teach dance?
I did it for like a time, but then I was like, what is that saying? No, that's never mind. Completely different saying. It was like those who can't teach. That's not what I was going for at all. I knew from a very young age that I just never wanted to be a teacher. I bless those who that is their passion. They love to do that. I'm not a terrible teacher, but I also feel like I also have very little patience. Y'all know, I'm going to be real. So it's hard for me to teach someone something and like really, really, really work with them. So I just knew from a young age, like I would teach my sister, like as a kid, I pretend to be her teacher, but that was just like one-on-one and she was my sister. So I could be like, you're doing that wrong or whatever. So no, I thought about it and did it for a little bit and decided I'm good.
Weird that the Taylors keep their chips above the fridge because like because Tammy told Tyra to put the chips above the fridge. And I said, but that above the fridge, you put all the stuff that you rarely ever use. Why would you put the chips there? I found that very strange.
Well, my logic, and here's my fucked up mentality about this, is the higher it is, the harder it is to get to. And that way you can't get to the chips and you forget that they're there, or you don't forget that they're there.
No, you never forget the chips.
If you're like, trying to watch your waistline or something, it would be like Randy does that when in our apartment. We have above our fridge, we have like a cabinet. And if I buy, like, let's just say we have people over and we buy like chips for like chips and salsa, right? Randy will like throw it up there and I'll be like, you're going to forget about them. And then, we do sometimes forget about them. So that was my logic in that.
Yeah, I think Vic said to keep them away from kids, but there's no, like, Gracie Belle wouldn't be going in there.
Get it.
Ant said the same thing. He's like, "What? Who puts chips that high? Like in our house, the chips are always accessible.
Yeah.
We're a
Very
chip
much so.
household.
Yeah, they
Very
are.
much so. Yeah.
And then so this is to both of you, would either of you be able to look Tim in the eyes and say that you don't feel the way about him, or you don't feel about him the way he feels about you? Like he asked Lila, or he told Lila to.
At that age, man, the shit would be going down.
And him making you a dinner, he made you chicken. Would you be swooning?
Swooning.
No, I don't eat chicken, so that would be an ish. But if he cracked open a can of beans, I'm your girl, Tim Riggins.
Chickpeas, because
And like
Michelle's still waiting for
heated them
chickpeas.
up, like made them bougie and heated up the chickpeas, and she totally would be into it.
Are you kidding? Just open the can. We don't. Give me a fork.
Ladies
We're
and gentlemen, if you
good.
want to send chickpeas to Michelle, the PO box is listed in the show notes. She's still waiting for chickpeas
still
from the
waiting for
Tree
the
Hill
chickpeas.
Tree Hill Top Days.
It's true. No one has
Still
ever
waiting.
sent me chickpeas
No.
yet. But in all seriousness, like if it was me, it'd be really hard. But I'm proud of Lila. Were you proud of Lila for saying no, Mike? Yeah. Yeah. it
She
has
needed
be
to.
that.
She needed to move on.
Yeah.
What do you think of Chris? Do you think he's sweet? Her
Yeah,
new beau?
it's a new fresh face. It's not. She's not sticking with the Panther pool. So it's nice
Yeah.
she goes out and
Right.
finds
Yeah,
seems
I
to have
like
some
it.
good values.
Yeah, he's
Yes.
a nice boy.
Yeah, it's just something about Matt Zuckery that I keep saying. And he's watched, I guess he didn't watch last week with me, but he was watching. He's like, oh, look, it's Logan. And I was like, yeah, where have you been? He's like, oh, this is the first time I'm seeing him. It's like, yep.
So
Pay attention.
charming.
So charming.
He's charming like Tim Riggins charming, you know?
He is, right?
He is.
I know.
Something
Not
about
that we
him.
have to now that we have to go on that train with you, Mike. We won't
Yeah.
bore you with our
No, it's fine.
love for Tim and Chris.
It's okay. I incorporated that into my show notes for today. Had to.
You did.
Yes.
All right. So music in this episode, we had James Morrison, The Replacements, New Young Pony Club, and Precious Bryant. What was everybody's favorite quote? Mike?
Oh, I don't have one. So pass.
No problem. Liz, do you have a quote?
I have, my God, does that at least come with an orgasm? That cracked me up. And you got to be better than other people, says Corinna.
I like that. I sense a bit of reluctance on your part to embrace the cheese that is power metal. Jean said that.
I do have one. When Tammy said, "Don't hit me with that ball, or if you hit me with that ball, Tim, I swear," or whatever she
I
said.
loved it.
That was
It was
funny.
so funny.
It was so good. Loved it. What do we have for Coach's Corner? Did you have a favorite moment, Mike?
Yes. Just Tammy, her going with the volleyball team, coaching, and then at the end, how she kind of like pulled them together and was like, "No, it's not over. Like we can do this." And I feel like she really believes in Tyra. So definitely Tammy.
Yeah,
That
agreed.
moment.
Just, I liked her talk to her at the dinner table. And while we know it is benefiting her, it still was sweet that she's still completely invested in what Tyra's future is going to look like for her. And so she's like, it's going to be good for you regardless. Like, you can help me out and give me do me a favor, but I also care I also care about you, and this is good for you.
Yeah, I agree. Did we count Panther Pride? How many shirts did we
I only
get?
had 3. I know
I
that's a
had
lot more than
6.
that, right?
I had 7.
Okay. Yeah, and I had 6. So between like 3 and
3
7,
and
there were a
7.
lot,
Yeah.
but I feel like one day this would be a really good drinking game.
Yes.
But when you have to pay attention, I'm like, drink every
Right.
time you see a Panther shirt.
that would be,
but
you'd be
also-
wasted every episode.
Yeah, be a different kind of show. After hours. All right, let's go into MVP and shittiest. We'll start with MVP. Mike, who is your MVP for this episode?
Tammy, gotta give it to Tammy always. Like I said, with the coach, like just the way she coach kind of forced her to take this role, and she didn't want. She was hesitant at first, but she really came with it, and she was good at coaching, and she really did inspire the team and got them together. And now they're 7-1 thanks to stupid Julie. But they won a game, so I definitely think that was Tammy kind of just working her magic. So
yeah, I love that. Liz, who was your MVP?
I was so torn that I gave it to Lila, Jason, Buddy.
Oh, a trifecta.
A trifecta.
Buddy.
I gave it to
And
Buddy. I liked the way he presented himself in this episode, gave Jason the job. I liked that he was like, no point system. Like, you do. Like, he just gave him he should have been like the coach's corner, because he definitely gave Jason a good speech on how to completely invest in being a good salesperson. So I liked that. And I liked how Jason did take the initiative, of course. And I felt like I totally sympathize with him and understand his story, and he needs the money, and this is what he's going to do, and he's going to be like everyone else in the working class America and kind of hate their job a little bit and do it just to suck it up and make the money to support themselves. And I really loved Lila because she owned her shit. She owned her past. She was honest with Chris. And I liked that she finally was saying, like, no, this is my time. I'm not going to let Tim Riggins get in the way of that. So I couldn't choose. I had a hard time, obviously.
I like it. I chose Lila.
Yeah, I figured you would.
But we had votes for Landry and Tyra.
Yeah, I also, again, love both of them. As always, they're like my two favorite characters on the whole show. So
yeah. What are you thinking, Mike? I see you shaking your head.
I think you really have to timestamp the stuff that Liz just said, all about Buddy, and you have to match it up with her season 1 Liz's thoughts on Buddy, and just be like, anything is possible. Like, opinions can change,
That would be a good reel. Actually,
yeah,
that would be a good reel.
Yes,
Definitely.
I'll work on that. That'll be a project. I'll add it to the list. Shittiest. What do we have, Mike?
Julie. Just the comment she had about thinking, well, they're 7-1 now. Like, they're still 7-1. It's just be happy, like, that they want. Like, your mom did something. Like, just be supportive. Don't be a brat. Ugh.
I know. I also was like, oh, that was so bratty.
I think she's jealous, guys. Like, she needs mama's attention.
Very
I think that's
jealous.
What's happening.
Just like Tyra. Very jealous.
Very jealous.
At first I picked Annabelle, but then I was like, no, guys, like, makes the most sense because he literally is threatening people and holding guns to their heads. So
yeah, that's who I chose as well. Yeah. All right, let's go into picking an emoji for this week's episode. I vote volleyball. Do you have any other choices or ideas on the table?
No, that's good.
Yeah, volleyball's good.
I like a volleyball. That makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And what you can do with that volleyball, it's coming. You can stick it in an Apple Podcast review. If you haven't rated and reviewed us yet, just stick it in there so we know you're listening. You guys are, because it's fun to see the emoji with the reviews. We got 2 new reviews, but Liz is going to read one of them. Lissy?
So, Get Her Done, 5 stars from Mary Mooseface 3. Happened to already be rewatching Friday Night Lights when the Total Betty team announced their new podcast. I'm so happy to be able to continue listening to Michelle and Liz as I am currently wrapping up their excellent OC pod. Keep up the good work, ladies. Okay, I wrote this many months ago and I guess it never posted. With a flying money emoji.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. I know, right? When you think you sent a message and you're like, oh no. But thank you so much that it got submitted and it included the emoji. Thank you for listening to Let's Talk OC. Love that podcast and love that journey for you. You can also stick that emoji in a DM on Instagram. We have a bunch of you guys do that. You can send it in an email. You can put it on Patreon. There's lots of places to put it. Thank you. Means the world.
Is it time for a booster?
It is time for a booster, Liz. How did you know? Who are we supported by?
Booster of the week. You're a total booster.
Michael!
Yay!
Oh, I wanted to announce it on camera because I felt that was so much fun. We're so happy that you got to be a guest. We know, sorry it was so last minute. It was so funny because we had obviously an original patron and then the next patron was sick. And then we're like, Michael, there we go. We got it. We got it together, but we wouldn't have it any other way. Wrapping up like the end of this season with you, Mike. You're so great. We love you very much. And I'm just happy that this is your first time on the podcast, and we're super appreciative of you and love when we get to hear you, especially on our Topic Tuesdays and in the Discord chat. You're always super positive, and we love the smiling face that you have.
Oh,
I can't wait to actually meet you.
I know. 9 weeks and 3 days.
Counting it down.
The cutest.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mike. Love
Thank
it.
you.
I also want to wish a very happy birthday to Rihanna. Her birthday's on the 13th.
Yes.
So happy birthday to you, girl.
Happy birthday.
Thanks for being a Betty. Yeah. Yeah, Mike.
And me on the 19th.
Oh my
Well,
God.
yes,
yeah.
but
Well,
it's coming though.
Oh, I
Right,
thought
it's
you
not
do
in
the whole thing.
week.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
don't worry. I didn't forget about you.
Yeah, because it's
I
the
just-
same day you met.
Yes, Frankie and Eric. Yes,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
I was like, what day is it? What day is it? Mike
And it's also
also
Epic and-
has
Epics and Chill. If you guys
It
want to go
is.
and hang out with the nostalgic
yes, please
teen,
come.
then you go to Epics and Chill. You can use the code. Is your code still active?
No,
okay.
it
No.
Scrap
expired.
this out. You can edit this out. This is all edited out.
So cute.
I'm keeping this in because you're so
Mike,
good.
you have literally a photographic memory, and I love when you recall things that I'm like, oh, we have a question about what we said on the podcast. Just ask Mike.
I know. So funny. You're like a planner. You could be our calendar.
Oh yeah.
It's good. It's like your superhero power. you know?
Well, if I have another power, actually, and that is dun dun dun. What ice cream would this episode be? I know, very last minute this had to be, everyone, but I
I'm
hope you
shocked.
like it.
I literally
Okay.
Yay!
didn't even think of it because
I couldn't. So we finished the rewatch, and then I was going to shower, and I said, I don't have an ice cream. So the whole my whole shower, I was like, okay, Michael, recap the episode. What happened? What ice cream flavor can go? So this is very last minute, but I think it's good.
You
Okay.
got it. I'm
Okay,
sure
wait.
it's great.
Oh,
Before you give your ice cream flavor, I
Okay.
just want to fill the people in.
Okay.
So if you're unaware and you're like, what is going on
What
with
is
this
the ice
episode?
cream?
Who is Mike and his amazing ice cream flavors and his brain? So on Let's Talk OC, which if you're an OC fan, please go over and listen to our other podcasts. We recapped the entire series. However, he paired episode titles and episode themes with ice cream flavors every week starting in season 3. So it was amazing. We're so appreciative of that. And we love when you get to bring it into our new shows. So Mike, take it away for this week's episode.
So this week's episode, I chose Ben and Jerry's Mint Chocolate Chance. So this is mint ice cream loaded with fudge brownies. So I picked this for multiple reasons. So Chance, I know it's based off of Chance the Rapper, but I'm still using the word chance here. So Tammy taking a chance on coaching the girls volleyball and taking a chance on the team. Tyra taking a chance on joining the team as well. So that worked. Tim, he's kind of all out of chances with Lila, or, because he tried another chance and didn't work. He's also all out of chances with Guy. Smash, he's running out of chances to play with the Panthers now that he's suspended for the rest of the regular season. So his chances to show off his smashness is running out. Jason taking a chance at getting a job selling cars. And with that, I kind of chose mint chocolate because I feel like it's not a lot of people's favorite, or you can say it's a little low on the totem pole point system, even though that is BS, but I still kind of wanted to intertwine that. Also, there's brownies in here. And when I think of brownies, I think of people being high. So then meth, guy. Also, the brownie pieces, I don't know if you guys ever do this, but like you count the brownie pieces, like, oh, I got like 2 brownie pieces. Well, counting brownie pieces, counting money. Guy had to count the money to make sure it was all there. So this is the one I picked. It was very last minute, but I think it fit. And so that is it.
Very
Bravo. Yum. Now I want some.
Me too.
Please. That was great, Mike. Truly.
Always.
That was really good.
Always
I mean,
great.
you tied that in even more so than you needed to.
Yes, very much.
It was really good. All right, Liz, I'm going to give you the title and some words for next week's episode. This is the penultimate.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, so this is for season 2, episode 14, Leave No One Behind. Leave no one behind.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, test, adversity, competition, and Wednesday.
Wednesday Addams.
I love Wednesday Addams.
Wednesday. Go back.
Here,
to
I'll
that
give
one.
you some.
Yeah.
We'll give you some prompts. Okay, so it's the penultimate, right? So what do you think's going to happen? We're going to play some football.
Okay.
We got some games to play. What do you think? How is Matt feeling? Carlotta has left. Is Matt still sad?
I guess
Is Reagan's lost with Lila
always
in that
lost.
situation?
Is always lost. Okay, so I mean, penultimate episodes generally are very good episodes because we're like leading up to the finale. Test, I'm assuming, is that going to be maybe something to do with Tyra, something to do with Landry. Tyra did need help in whatever subject that was, I forget. So maybe she's preparing for a test, but also maybe Landry is testing her with the gene stuff in a way, like, you know, in a way. Adversity, I feel like obviously has to do with Smash and what happened with that situation. I don't really know where we could go for that. I mean, I feel like we did this plot a little bit before, you know, like, oh, Landry, he did this crime. He'll get off. And then didn't we do the same thing with like Tim? I feel like we did this like season 1. It's like escaping me who it was with, but it was like, you're suspended. You can come back on the team. Like, that's how I feel it's going to go. But maybe they'll stick to their guns and they will not allow Smash back on the team. Maybe he will have to go to some sort of like school board thing where fuss on my mouth. They'll have to vote on it. Maybe competition could be anything. Maybe the volleyball squad. Do we go back to volleyball? There's no more volleyball. It was like a one-time thing. I have a feeling it was just like a one-time thing.
I will say this episode has the highest rating of any other episode in season 2. So it's enjoyable.
Oh.
Like I said, there's some parts I got a kick out of.
Oh, you mean next week? I thought you meant this week. So I was like,
No. I was just giving you that. Like next week's episode is the highest rated.
Okay. According
to Clear Eyes, Full Hearts. That's what they said.
Competition. Maybe that's Julie and Tyra. Competition for Tammy's time. And Wednesday.
That's so just I know.
I'm so thrown. Like, if I feel like obviously it's not like a football game because that's Friday. Like, what could be the deadline on Wednesday? Maybe that's when the test is, and Tyra is waiting until Wednesday. Maybe Wednesday someone will come into town. Maybe Lila and Chris. This is just like they go like Julie and Matt for a season. Like, let's plan not when we're gonna have sex, but like let's plan a night together. It's gonna be on Wednesday. I'm all over the place. Clearly, Mike. Does any of this make any sense to you? Where no? So I didn't hit any of it. Okay.
You could have. No, I have no clue what the episode's about. So you know what? You could be spot on. I wouldn't know.
Doesn't even. Doesn't even help you at all.
I'm like reading. I'm like reading
the
plot
synopsis?
Summaries, and I was like, nothing's coming back to me.
Did you remember this episode, Mitch?
No, I did not.
No.
Nope.
Okay, good.
Season 2's a blur.
It really is. It is a blur. So I look forward to discussing this with you next week. And you did good. I mean, you touched upon points. I will give you that.
I mean,
you touched upon.
We
points.
have to. I know you said season 3 is a reset.
It is, yeah.
So we have to pretty much sum up, is Landry Tyra going to happen? Or
do we have to sum that up?
No, I
Do we
guess
have to
not. Again, with like
Yeah.
Tim and Lila, obviously we don't have to sum that up. But like, what else besides the guy crap? I mean, do we have to kind of like sum up?
Are we going to playoffs?
Yeah, but
Is
like,
state happening?
so
You
typical.
know, like that.
Obviously, it's not happening.
Well, welcome to the show, Liz.
But
Yes,
there's
right.
only one more episode. Like the next week's the penultimate. So if you think they're going to playoffs, or are they going to jam pack all of playoff? Like there's 3 games left, and then playoffs if they make it. So that's a lot of games. Could they do that in 2 episodes, or do you think it's branching over to season 3?
Right. Or we just open up season 3 and we sum up, oh, they lost state, they didn't get to state, and we're gonna like everything's gonna be completely different. Because we already saw state. We already saw championships. We already saw that. Granted, these kids can do it more than once. But like it would, again, I know this is the show, the purpose, but like it would be repetitive if they got in, if they won, you know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So my prediction, a light predict, if you will, we're going to get to the stages of like lining up to the championship. No, to state maybe. Maybe they don't even get to state because they're doing so poorly because Smash is not on the team, because they haven't been doing that well all season ever since Coach left. So maybe they're just not going to get in at all, and it's going to be a complete, you know, damper on their spirit, and we open up next season they didn't even go at all. There you go.
See. We shall see. All right, before we end this episode, we do have Will's football poetry corner.
We do?
Will, who, as you guys hear every week, sends us his poetry corner. And this week, he moved to Japan.
He's like, sayonara.
And still sent in
it.
question and this. So
sweet.
Props. Yes.
Thank you,
snaps. Snaps for Will. Okay. Will says, the bench. The bench can be a cold and hollow place where players wallow and think of getting onto the field. Buddy calls Street off the bench to sell cars. Meanwhile, Coach calls on Tammy to step up as the volleyball coach. The bench. Very nice. Thank you, Will. Thank you so much. I can't even believe that came through. I was like,
I was not expecting it. I was like, oh,
Me
Will's
neither.
busy.
Will's busy.
Just so you know, I always do snap. Even like I listen at work, and I do snap along.
Thank you.
Snap. So
Thank
it
you.
is.
We hope everyone at home snaps. If you snap, just let us know. Just holler
I
at you
know.
girls.
Send us some fingers. Some
Snapping
emoji.
emojis.
Yeah. Mike, this was a pleasure.
Oh,
Thank
it
you
always
so much.
is with the 2 of you.
You're the best. We're so happy you got to join us. I can't believe this was your first time on Talking Texas.
Yeah.
Hopefully it won't be your last.
Yeah, hopefully it won't be your last.
We got 3 more seasons.
Yeah.
And then a new show. Oh.
New show is coming this fall, y'all.
More information,
excited.
visit Total Betting Media, patreon.com/Total Betting Media Podcast Network. And feel free you can join if you want and subscribe. We got there's 3 tiers. So if you only have $1 to give, you can, the lowest tier is $1. There are 2 other tiers. You can join our amazing Discord group chat. It is fire. It's literally going 24/7 nonstop. We got different channels there. You can talk about your favorite teen dramas, anything in general. We got a general thread going on there. You can just tell us how your day is going. If you're having a crappy day, we got an excellent cheer motivators, part of the Total Betty family, that they will definitely motivate you. And if you have good news, you can share with them. And everyone's so supportive and loving on there. And it really is a great family that Michelle and Liz started here. So if you want to be a part of that, you can visit their Patreon page for more information. We appreciate everything. And if you unfortunately cannot support, we get it. Everyone's financial things are different. I waited till I paid off my student loans to join. But a really good free way, which they mentioned earlier, is to always rate and review. If you listen to on iTunes, is it iTunes or Apple Podcast? You can leave a review there, rate them 5 stars. And that's a really good free way to support the network. It makes them more reachable. It grows them on the charts and they can get out more and the family can grow bigger. You can hear other people on the podcast. So it's not just my voice all the time. You can hear other Patreon guests. That's another little exclusive thing for Patreon families too. So a lot of fun out there, and we have group hangs too. But yeah, so there you go.
And he's not on the payroll, guys.
Yeah, I mean, honestly though, we need to cut you a check. So thank you so much. Like, honestly, the best of the best as they come. Thank you so much. We'll be back next week for season 2. Episode 14, Leave No One Behind.
The penultimate. What? We've made it through this wacky season. Thank you so much for listening to Talking Texas Forever, a Friday Night Lights podcast. You can email us at talkingtexasforever@gmail.com. If you're interested in seeing what we do with this show and all of our others, head over to Instagram at Total Betty Podcast Network.
This has been a Total Betty podcast, produced and edited by Michelle Rubenstein and Alyssa Tenio, music by Anthony Vacora.